Interesting race for fourth in the Scotia North Division. We are joined by Sportsnet.ca's Eric Engels. Hey, Eric, the Canadiens, losers of 2 straight to the Flames, 5 of 7 overall. Not great timing for a bit of a skid. With the standings getting tighter now, I want to get your reaction to Montreal starting Cayden Primeau Saturday night.
Yeah, I thought the logic was perfectly sound. You know, you don't want to burn Jake Allen out. You obviously couldn't really rely on Charlie Lindgren necessarily to start the game. He'd only played 1 game in the last month or 2, and that's a tough situation to come into. Now, Cayden Primeau hadn't played in 22 days, but he was also on a tear in Laval before he came up. 7 straight wins and shutouts in 2 of his last 3, and I'd say it would have been the right decision if they had won the game. But Dominic Ducharme said afterwards it wasn't ideal to start 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. He had Paul Byron out. He had Jonathan Drouin out. He had Thomas Tatar playing the game with an injury, and there wasn't guaranteed he'd be able to finish it. And Cole Caufield was watching from the stands. And you know what? This Canadiens team hasn't been able to score enough goals with Brendan Gallagher sidelined for the last 11 games. And they burned themselves in this one. And I know it's tough to look at it in hindsight and say they made the wrong decision, but it's hard to look at it any other way when they lost the game.
Hey, hindsight is always 20/20, Eric. You mentioned Caufield. Obviously, a lot of anticipation about his arrival. When do you think we could see him in the lineup?
I think we could see him on Monday. And I think, that's going to be related to the injury situation with Montreal. But so long as Jake Allen and Charlie Lindgren are the combination in nets, the Canadiens have the cap space available to insert Caufield. And there's no time like the present. They need goals, and this kid can score them. And to anyone who thinks that this is a tough situation to throw him into or it'll hurt his confidence, this is an extremely confident kid. I don't think anything is going to deter him. And you know what? He's more than just a goal scorer. He's great all over the ice. He's great without the puck. His anticipation, his hands, his instincts are excellent. And he believes in himself, and he's waiting for an opportunity like this. And I think the Canadiens could really use the spark.
What an opportunity, because it is a big game Monday. We know Carey Price is back in Montreal recovering from a concussion. What do you expect to see from the Canadiens against the Flames?
Yeah, they have to soldier on without him. They have to soldier on without Paul Byron potentially, and Thomas Tatar and Jonathan Drouin, and Gallagher obviously is the heartbeat of their team. But you know what? We've been talking about this series against the Flames and the Canadiens trying to manufacture urgency. They don't have to do that now. There is real urgency now to the situation where the Flames could be 2 points behind them by the end of the night. And I think, in this kind of situation, you tend to rise to the occasion. The Canadiens, for all the losing they've done, have started off their weeks well recently. Maybe they can anchor themselves to that thought and get up for this game the way they need to. And again, I don't think it's about necessarily their effort and the reason why they're losing, but they need to find a way to rally, and this is a great opportunity for them to do that.
All right, a lot of people looking forward to that game on Monday. Eric, thanks so much for this.
My pleasure.